You could go to 1,000 different restaurants and you're probably gonna be trying 1,000 different types of burgers. For something that has such a simple set of ingredients, it's incredible how many different ways there are to prepare it. And I think that's why people are so obsessed with burgers. There really are no rules. So what we're gonna do today is head over to TikTok to sample some of the most unique and creative recipes out there with the goal of answering the question of what actually makes the perfect burger. So actually, Ethan, I think, was the first person to open my eyes to the Oklahoma Smashburger with the onion smashed in, I believe. 12 million from Grill Nation. I've actually never made a proper Oklahoma Smashburger, so this is, all right, standard, pretty standard burger sauce. Beef tallow, some beef fat, spread on. I like this grill, that's for sure. It seems like the perfect thing for this, so we're gonna have to get crafty. Can we get one of these grills in-house? You got it? It's coming? It's pre-ordered for this video?
Already got access.
Oh, God. Oh, can we also order one of these smashing things? Because
we'll need it, I think.
Yeah, we might need one of those. But, you know, there's always a way. I love the idea that he used beef fat because you do need a good bit of fat, unless your burger is super fatty, to caramelize those onions and caramelize the beef and to just kind of go direct to the source with the beefiness. Great move. All right, simple sauce on, it looks like a little brioche. Oh, those look good. Those look good. Okay, double patty. Yeah, we're making that. We're making that. Let me introduce this thing real quick, which is brand new. We're christening this grill, and it's an Argentinian style grill, which in my opinion is one of the greatest ways you can cook with fire. Of course, it all starts with hardwood. So this morning I chopped up some wood, and then what you do is you build a fire on the right side in this little fire basket. And as that burns down, the coals actually fall through on the bottom, and then you get to just sweep the coals over and use them where you want on the grates. So that's what I'm gonna be grilling up all the burgers on today. So up first is the Oklahoma Smashburger, and I have made many smash burgers in my life. Everyone kind of knows about the smash at this point, but the Oklahoma Smashburger takes it just one technique further by grilling in those onions, which is something I've never actually tried. Well, I did do it with Ethan actually with the turkey burger inside, but we're going very traditional here, and the first thing he did was a quick little burger sauce. Start off with some mayo, equal parts ketchup, woo! Equal parts mustard. Finally, I've got some dill pickles. Actually, I don't think he used pickles in his. He went as basic as it gets. But to me, the acidity and the texture is essential for a burger sauce. Nice and fine. Pep, pep, and oh yeah. Give it a taste. That's burger sauce. I've got a yellow onion here. He used a mandolin, I believe, which I don't have. So we're gonna need some serious knife work right now. One onion should be good for about, I don't know, 4 burgers. We've got an 80-20 blend of brisket and short rib, just ideal for a nice smash burger. So he double stacks, so I'm gonna make these a bit on the smaller side. Now this is a much simpler burger than I generally make. I like to go a little crazy on the toppings myself, but I appreciate the little things. You've got that perfect burger sauce and then this secret weapon right here. We've got beef fat that he actually cooked his burgers in. I made this the other day by taking some beef fat trimmings, cooking them down in a pot for about 3 hours until they were rendered, and you've got this delicious cooking fat right here. It's like keep it in the family when you can. So I'm just gonna glob that down. So he did burger first and then onions. Oh, I think he salted the burger first. We weren't able to get one of those cool little smashy things in time, but I do have this metal spatula with this potato masher, and it works great. All right, in the meantime, I've got some brioche from my local bakery. I would have made them, but God damn it, I just had a baby, you know, give me a break. Oh, nice and fluffy. We'll toast those, of course, in the extra fat. I think we are getting nice and crispy. Let's give it a flip. Oh, wow. Get that bun in the oil, heating up. And then I've got some cheddar cheese. I don't make burgers like this often, but I should. All right, look at that. Golden. He sauced on both sides. I will certainly follow his lead. Cheese is melted. Let's just take a little peek. Oh my God. Oh my God. Those are ready to go. Can I just show you something real quick? Like, what the hell is that? You can only get that on an outdoor grill right there. Crispy cheesy, burnt. Oh, I'm freaking out. And no toppings. Give this a slice. Oh my God. That's the type of bite you just need a minute to process. Holy shit. It's got the softness of a fast food burger to the point where you can almost just inhale it without chewing, but the details of flavor and texture within that is what really elevates it to gourmet level. Like just when you get a bite of the crispy edge there, I gotta say, this is just one of those cases where you don't need any extra toppings. Like I think a tomato and lettuce would only take away from this burger right now. 5 out of 5 spatulas. That is so good. That is so good. All right, construction crew Smashburgers.
Hey, look at that. That is awesome.
That's an Oklahoma Smashburger.
No way.
Lamb burger, 70.9 million views. Salt Hank. And he does a lot of sandwiches on like a nice crostini or just crispy ciabatta. So not normal for burger. Oh. Okay, quick. Okay. Okay, pickled onions, great. Roasted garlic. Oh, what was that? What was that? It's really a lot is left to your sort of imagination or interpretation because we're not getting much information here. What, was that feta? That must be feta. Roasted garlic, some type of fresh cheese. We might have to contact him for like, does he have a blog where we get a little more information? Ooh, man, that is one hell of a spread right there. Okay, lamb burger, simple, I like that. Dude, if we go back into my Instagram real quick, I think I got it. Oh yes, there's a video too. Okay, now we're into a new dimension. We're reviewing, I told you I cook like this guy. Ready? I'm telling you, we've got similar vibes in the kitchen. All right, so I don't even remember what I did. I made a little spicy mix. Oh, I cut everything into the lamb. I mean, that's pretty good. I'll give myself credit for that. Oh, I made these buns from scratch. They were like sourdough, but same thing, like a hearty, he uses the hearty bun. That's why it reminded me of it. I did like a homemade tomato. Wow, that looks good. That looks good. Oh, some type of radish slaw. Come on, we've got similar styles here. When you look at these two things, I'm telling you, I used to cook more like Salt Hank. I think I've just, I don't know, as I've gotten older, I've got to tone it down a little bit, but I am definitely trying his version. So we're taking a complete 180 from the last recipe, which was much more of just classic burger flavors. Now we're bringing in ground lamb as our base. We've got multiple condiments. It's just gonna be a flavor explosion and I'm very excited. One detail that was really stumping me for a while was the spread right here on the bottom of the sandwich. To me, my first thought was some type of roasted red pepper spread. Now I hunted down his Instagram, which actually had the recipes, and it turned out to be a harissa mayo. So I was kind of close because harissa does traditionally have red pepper in it. So what I'm gonna do, boom, 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 I got these red peppers. Let's just get those babies roasting. So Salt Hank had roasted some garlic. So what we're gonna do is create a little pouch out of tin foil. I'm gonna add some of that beef fat and a little bit of salt and then seal it up and throw it on the coals. And what we'll do now is just prep the lamb burgers, get those salted. For the burger patty, I've got some ground lamb and I'm gonna split it into 4 equal size patties. And since we're using a nice long baguette, I'm gonna shape these into more of a rectangular shape. And then I'll hit each side with a nice salt and pepper coating. Now he made this creamy feta white sauce and we're gonna recreate that. So I'm using my mini food processor and first in is some fresh feta. Now he threw in a whole block of cream cheese. To me, I'm just gonna lighten it up a little bit with some ricotta and then in with the herbage. I've got some parsley and some mint and then I'm gonna hit it with some olive oil. We've got that garlic pouch. We're gonna open that up and reveal this beautiful roasted garlic. I'll squeeze the roasted garlic in the food processor, hit it with a little bit of lemon, some salt and pepper, and process. Let's see what we got here. It looks good, that's for sure. The roasted garlic comes through very strong on that. It holds some serious power and I think it's gonna do good things on this fatty burger. All right, roasted reds, they're just gonna chill out back there. Fire's ripping, but I got a really nice bed of charcoal. He actually went in the pan, so we're going to level up on Salt Hank right now. We're flexing on his ass. What I'll do is I'll just lightly drizzle olive oil and then we'll go olive oil side down. Very pretty sight. These do need to come off. We'll let those steam for about 5 minutes. And that's that slow cook with the smoke. I mean, this grill just performs. I've got a nice crusty baguette here. I'm gonna cut this into 3 pieces and slice that in half. I'll oil the baguette and throw that on the grill to get nice and toasted. So I'm gonna take these roasted red peppers, I'm gonna take out the stem, peel off all that exterior roasted skin, take out any of those internal seeds, and then I'm just gonna give it a very fine chop. All right, I thought long and hard about this, and I really just don't think this sandwich needs a mayo. You've got so much fat in this sauce, so much flavor. My gut is just telling me to let these roasted reds sing. So salt, Hank, I'm making a little adjustment. A little bit of salt though, all I'm gonna do. I mean, that on a sandwich, you can't beat that. So some of these are definitely done. Some need about another minute. I'm just gonna crank it up. Yeah, the buns are nice and crusty. So let's build this beast of a burger. Base will get a nice spread of this stuff. Then the top will get hit with this. Coming in hot with this. So he made pickled onions. So last night I made pickled onions. And finally, some fresh arugula. All right, like I said, complete shift from burger one right here. It really is amazing tasting this coming from the first burger. For the first maybe 7 years of my cooking career, a lot of my food tasted like this, where I thought it needed more condiments, it needed more flavor. And this tastes great, but it is a bit overwhelming. There's so much coming at you from different angles, whereas that first burger, it's just kind of heaven in your mouth from the simplicity. This is one of those sandwiches that's hard to argue against. I mean, it is packed with flavors. The balance is there. You've got the creamy, you've got the acidic, you've got the fatty, the heartiness, but it's just missing that cohesion. It's just not singing like the first one. That's the easiest way to say it. So in that case, I will give this a, oh, damn, this is hard. We can do half spatulas, right? Can we do quarter spatulas?
You can do quarter spatulas.
We just got confirmation we can do quarter spatulas. I'm giving this 3 3/4 spatulas out of 5. I'm gonna eat the rest of this and it's gonna be awesome. It's just not a 5. Best burger ever. Aggressively just coming in with it at 3.5 million from Burnt Pellet Barbecue.
This could easily be the best burger I've ever had.
The look of that. You know, I'm guilty of this where sometimes you just go a little extra with the toppings on the burger. And then the burgers that end up just being so damn good and memorable are these simple, just like, you know, few ingredients, easy to handle. So
Start by seasoning up your
like
bone marrow with salt, pepper,
oh,
garlic,
bone marrow.
on the Nomad at 375 for 1 hour.
Okay. What's
Cut
doing
up
with the
and
bone
grind
marrow?
one of the best quality steaks you
Oh,
can
we're
find.
grinding meat.
Order
Okay.
the patty, then season it up. Once that bone marrow is bubbling, we're gonna pull it off, chop up our onions,
Caramelized
put it in
onion.
the skillet.
Oh,
then
that
fry up
is
the best onions you've
genius.
ever had.
Oh
Let's
my
get our burger
goodness.
on the grate
The bone marrow caramelized in with the onions?
side, then pull it once it hits 135 internal. Of course, you need to toast up those buns. Then it's time to assemble with our steak burger. Add on those fried onions.
Yeah,
drizzle
okay,
on
so
some
like,
extra bone marrow.
I've
Think
just
to
learned
yourself,
something here. That is to me just the perfect type of TikTok that I'm looking for. You don't need the full recipe, but just like you're getting hit with one piece of information that's just kind of game changing. And that's what I'm getting from this video. So we're trying this. All right, we are going prehistoric on burger number 3 using bone marrow, which I'm sure way back in the day, in the caveman days, was a cooking fat of choice. I've never done it. I think it's absolutely genius. Again, I love staying within the family. I've had roasted bone marrow and it's delicious, but I've never used it to cook something like these onions. So I'm very excited to try this. And the first thing we're gonna do is roast these up on the grill. So if you're gonna do this, you gotta go to your butcher and ask them for some bones sliced in half like this to expose the marrow. And then he just simply added some salt, little pepper, tiny bit of oil. And then we're gonna take these bones. I've got the fire on a nice medium heat. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roast them on the marrow side first for just a little bit for extra flavor, and then I'll turn them and just slow cook them until that bone marrow releases. Now, the only other prep is simply dicing an onion, and I have a small little cast iron just like him that I'll throw my onions in, and I'll check on those marrow bones. Okay, so we should have some decent, yeah, just a little bit of color. Oh yeah, see, it's already starting to melt away. That's why we can't sear it on that side for too long. Look at that. Just a little caramelization. And then in the meantime, I'll just get this pan just starting to heat up, and in a few minutes I'll add the marrow. Quick little grilling tip. We've got a leaf blower here. Hit the fire, smash it with some oxygen. Oh yeah. All right, let's form some burgers. So I've got the balls from recipe 1, 4 of them. But since those were double burgers, I'm gonna form them into just 2 burgers. And perfect. Now he had some sort of unknown beer can burger spice. I just found a classic steak mix. And it is a bit on the coarser side, so I'm just gonna give it a grind. And we'll coat. Perfectly seasoned burger. All right, so we're gonna transfer this bone marrow. I don't have tongs, so we'll just dig it out. Look at that. It's all just completely melted. That is insane. Here we go. Oh, that one didn't have that much. And then we'll just incorporate those. I'll hit it with a little bit more salt. Wow, that looks awesome. We'll throw that on the back of the grill, and we'll go on with our burgers. Give these onions a mix. Now let's check out what's going on with these burgers. Oh yeah, I think those are just right. Oh, that one's even better. We got a little hotter side of the grill. I think our timing is perfect. A few more minutes on these onions, a few more minutes on these burgers. So I got same brioche as recipe 1. Little oil. We'll get that toasting. I think he used both yellow and white cheese. I just have the cheddar from before. I think the heat from the fire will melt that cheese perfectly. This is a glorious sight. Everything for this burger is on the grill right now. We've got buns toasting, cheese melting, and then onions in that marrow. There's no sauce on this burger. The flavoring really comes from all of this goodness. I would say about 1 minute till go time. I mean, this just looks, oh, stay on. How did he get him to stay on so good? Okay. All right, and then I got this little drizzle nozzle on this cast iron. A little extra melted marrow, and we top. Sometimes cutting in half is just annoying. I'd rather just bite into this beautiful, beautiful beast of a burger. So the real question here is, does the marrow have a distinct flavor difference than just cooking it in beef fat? Wow, that's juicy. When you're doing a smash burger, you're relying on that additional fat for juiciness. This, since it's a thicker burger, is just a nice, fat, juicy guy. The burger is amazing. I'll say that right up front. As far as a unique flavor from the marrow, I'm not really getting anything at all. They're just perfect caramelized onions, but it could be beef fat. So I think it's like a fun technique, especially if you have a marrow bone, but it's not adding anything compared to just beef fat. So I'm gonna give this burger a 4.5 spatulas out of 5. The creativity with the bone marrow, I think is genius, but it's not really adding anything additional compared to that first burger, which was just spectacular. I do think you could add that burger sauce to this, and maybe that would take it up the half spatula. But overall, amazing work from all 3 of these TikTok cooks. Just really creative recipes. I learned a thing or two, and I just had a lot of fun making these burgers. So I hope you like this video. If you want to see more from this TikTok viral series, just check out one of these videos right here.